Hi YouTube, it's your IFBB Bikini Pro, Lisette Howard, and I'm so unbelievably excited to share with you guys my new bikini body competition manual. If you guys have been following me for a while, or if you've seen some of my other videos, then you're probably so tired of me saying that I'm a bikini athlete. But I want to talk about that because that's really why this book has come about. I am a professional bikini athlete in the International Federation for Bodybuilding, the IFBB, and I've been competing already for a little bit over 4 years. And when I first started competing, I literally spent thousands of dollars working with a coach and a nutritionist and trainers and posing coaches because there really wasn't a lot of resource out there for you ladies who were looking to compete, or for myself, I couldn't find anything about competing. And even though I spent all of that money, I still wasn't able to really receive all of the things that I truly needed to know about competing, such as, what were the judges really looking for? What were the things that I needed to bring on the stage to really help me win? What did my posing really need to look like? I mean, there's so many elements to competing that a lot of coaches don't talk about. So I really wanted to create this book and this manual. It's really a manual for you ladies who may not have the opportunity to work with a coach, or are working with a coach but you feel like you're not really getting everything that you need and you're kind of missing a couple of the big pieces of the puzzle. So I've taken all of my years of experience, all of my years as a master trainer and, working with nutritional clients and competing consistently. I took all of that and put it into this manual to offer you guys a step-by-step instructional guide on the most important things to competing, what the judges are looking for, how to train your body, what areas to train, what areas not to train, and really what are the main tips and the main elements to bringing the perfect full package to the stage. I'm going to show you guys the book in a second. I'm going to show you the virtual manual in a second. But I just kind of wanted to touch upon a couple of little points that I think are kind of really relevant and that are important for all competitors. This manual is specifically for bikini athletes. And it's really tailored towards bikini athletes who are competing in the NPC, or a league that's kind of similar to the NPC. You have to go through the NPC to earn your IFBB Pro card, and that is the route that I decided to take when I, became a bikini competitor. So everything that I know is basically in the world and in the realm of the National Physique Committee and the IFBB. Now, it's not to say that a lot of these things aren't relevant for other leagues. I just don't specifically know what those leagues are looking for in terms of your overall package and your muscularity and conditioning. But I do know what the judges are looking for in the NPC because I've been in front of them millions of times, and I've spoken to them one-on-one, and I've worked with a lot of really fantastic coaches. So I've taken kind of all of these things and put it in a book for bikini athletes who are, more specifically competing in the NPC, or if, you've earned your pro card and you haven't really worked with a coach and you want to know what it's like and what the judges look for in the IFBB, this manual is definitely going to help you guys out a lot. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see it very well because there's always kind of like a glare when I try to show virtual products or anything on like my tablet or computer. But this is basically the competition manual, and I'm going to kind of just scroll through some things that I think are really relevant that you guys are really going to love and find extremely important in this book. So of course, this is just your introduction, but we get right into talking about, how I got into the sport and why I think that the information that I'm going to be offering you guys is really important and why I think you guys are going to find it extremely useful. But we go right into why it's important for competitors to know what their strategy is when it comes to stepping on stage. We talk about genetics and aesthetics, which is something that a lot of coaches don't talk about, but genetics has a huge part and a huge role in bringing an amazing package to the stage. Talk about what the NPC is, what the IFBB is, what your eligibility is as a competitor. Have a lot of graphs and a lot of specific points on the elements of competing and what are the 5 factors to competing. We talk about eating tips. I offer you guys let me scroll down here so you can see, tons of video links that will take you to some really great videos that talk about what the judges look for and what you guys can expect from a great nutritional program getting ready for the stage. Talk about metabolic training, which is one of the main points that I talk about in my other book, Bikini Body Transformation, the 8-week transformation program. You guys know that my 2 key things are training your metabolism and X-frame training your body. So we kind of touch upon that a little bit in this book as well. but I give you guys everything you need to know in terms of supplementation, some of the things you guys should be taking when you're on your prep to help you not only recover, but really increase that lean muscle mass as quickly as possible. Refeed days, which are super important. A lot of coaches don't talk about your refeed or your cheat meals. There's a whole section and chapter on that in this manual. There's a full sample macronutrient plan, so a full nutritional program. There's also what the differences are between anabolic and catabolic, which is very important when you're trying to put on lean muscle mass and lose body fat. X-frame training, bikini body training, how to create the perfect V taper, how to create the perfect bikini booty, which of course is so important. We talk about things to train and things not to train to get the perfect look for the stage. There's a lot of tips on, how to achieve the competition body, resistance training, cardiovascular training, the differences between HIIT and LIST, which is super important in any conditioning program. And then of course some more videos, and then I offer you guys my own personal training split. This is a split that I follow when I'm getting ready for a show. Now of course my training evolves every 2 weeks. I constantly am changing things, adding workout days, removing cardio, adding cardio, and it's all based on like the way that my body starts to progress and evolve. But I think this is a great template for you guys who are just starting off and might not be able to work with a coach. This will definitely help you out a lot in terms of how to structure your workouts and how to structure your conditioning and training program. There is also just some tips on hitting the stage, on your swimsuit, on your posing, on your jewelry, on the right shoes. We talk about what styles and cuts, things to do, things not to do. We talk about posing. I have tons of video links to my posing videos on YouTube. There's also a complete section on do's and don'ts when you're on stage, which a lot of competitors and a lot of coaches don't talk about, but there's definitely some things that you do not want to do when you're on stage. So here, there's a whole list of them. We also talk about contest prep and coaching. It goes into details on peak week, and I also have a full checklist of things that you guys should know about. Let me see, where does it say it here? A full day of show checklist, things to bring with you to the competition, things that you should already have prepared the day before, hair and makeup, how to kind of schedule your tanning, and things that are kind of really important so you're not running around backstage that day, not really knowing what to do or where to go. And then I have several different logs and workout logs and meal plan logs just to kind of help you guys really stay on track. Now, of course, with this program, this is kind of like a general guideline. I mean, it's very specific to the things you guys can expect when it comes to preparing for a show and competing, or if you're thinking about possibly becoming a competitor, this manual will definitely help you kind of refine what this whole world of competing is. But it is a general guideline. So for you ladies who are really serious about competing, I mean, I definitely always recommend getting a coach. I talk about that in the book, the importance of coaching and finding someone who's really going to help you take your body to the next level. Just because this is the way that I train or this is the way that I follow my macros doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to fit for you, because I have a different body type. I'm very ectomorphic. I'm naturally very lean. It's more difficult for me to put on muscle. So, everybody has different needs, and everybody has different parts that need to be kind of training should be tailored towards, and areas that need to be kind of tweaked, and things that, you want your training to be pinpointed on your areas which need most development. So although this is a fantastic guideline and it's a great, very detailed, comprehensive manual of the things to expect and the strategies that you should create as a competitor, if you're really serious about competing, I mean, I always recommend getting yourself a nutritionist, find yourself a coach. If you don't know how to train in the gym, you definitely need to get yourself a trainer because it's really important to know what to train and what not to train. It's not just about going beast mode in the gym and working out everything. And if you have these huge delts and tiny lower body, maybe you shouldn't be working out your delts to make sure your body stays in balance. So it's important definitely to have a good strategy and find yourself a good coach. All right, guys. So I'm putting the link below in the description where you guys can purchase my new bikini competition manual. You guys can find it on my website, lisettehoward.com. I'll put the direct link below. But please feel free to leave any comments, and please feel free to leave all your questions below. I read everything. I try to comment to everything as soon as possible. But definitely check out the manual. I think you ladies are going to love it. You guys can also find all of my rates and packages for contest prep, for posing, my bikini body transformation program, and my resistance bands. You guys can find that on my website as well. So please check that out. You guys can find me also for daily motivation and fitness tips and client spotlights and progress pics on myself and what I'm doing when it comes to like competing and training. You guys can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter under Lisette Howard _fitness. And please don't forget to subscribe. Ciao guys, thank you so much for watching.